Howdy. Howdy. You don't know me, but my friends know me as Annie Oakley Sharpshooter. This here's my rifle. This here's my pretend rifle. I keep it to throw people off the track.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven over. Don't you know each cloud
Hello, I kind of screwed up because I stopped filming and I didn't tell you what was going on. So I have put her in a hoop and I started beading her hat. I'm going to bead her hat. She had a gold, I mean a star, not gold. We're going to pan right over here. There she is. She had a star up in her hat. And then I have not finished painting all of her yet. This is as far as it's going to go in the frame. Her gloves are going to be beaded and fringed. I have to finish her gun. And she wore off of her medals. Let me grab this again. Eek. Here on her chest. So I have to paint in shadows. So I kind of have to draw where the medals are going to be. They're all going to be beaded and draw the shadows. I promised I was going to do some slow-mo, but I kept getting interrupted. So here I am just showing you what I've done so far. These are all the lights. I'm gonna go to about there, just on the edge with lights, and then start filling in more darks. There's that star I was telling you about. Made it with small bugle beads. They're like half the size of a bugle bead, and a few crystals. Well, hello, I'm having a yard sale, so I'm outside beading. This is as far as I've gotten. And through with the lights, I'm moving on to the medium browns and the dark browns. Pan out. There's her hat. Here is her chest full of medals. I'm going to start working on these one little medal at a time. They're kind of difficult to see, some of them, so they're improvised. Here's the stash I've got to work with, plus all this beading. I found a couple guns I had in my dollhouse collection. I thought maybe one of her medals had guns crossed, but upon looking closer at the photo, I guess not. Putting together the first medal. That would be this one. I'll show you a better picture. Just grabbing some bits and pieces, gonna go with the gold bugles and fill in the rest of it with little beads. Finished the top part of this medal, and I'm working on the bottom. I'm not going to show you all of the medals, but I'll show you as they finish. I started this one. Here's the start of her medals. A few more to go. After about 2 months, I finally got her hat completed. I've just had too many irons in the fire this summer. She's gonna have fringe on her gloves. I'm gonna ombre part of that in blue and white. And that's treatment of variegated sequins and beads. And of course some white stars. Here is one finished glove. Using the start stop, I think is the term, method, where you go up with a sequin and a bead, and then you go down and you go through the hole, like right here. You can see, focus. There it is. That holds the sequin on. This is the other glove. I need to iron the fringe. This one doesn't have the blue on top because her hand is bent under. My hand was just backwards this way. So she didn't have the edge of her glove like this one. So I put it underneath. So the edge of her glove would be under there if you were actually wearing a pair of gloves. Gloves are finally done. It just took a long time because I only work on stuff part-time generally. Zoom in. Whoosh. All right, now I'm trying to decide, do I want to continue to bead? She's kind of got a wonky face. Luckily, back at the lake after a terrible week of ice cold weather. Well, not exactly ice cold, but you know, get the idea. So I'm working on the Annie Oakley frame. I just Mod Podged a little bit of her stuff on. Give it a little shot of kitsch. There's going to be some ribbon work under there because I got a ribbon maker. It was so much fun. I have to iron this one, but this is going to be at the bottom of the frame. And those are at the top, and she's going to be in the middle. Annie Oakley, and I'm almost done. I can't wait to show you the whole thing. And this is the finished product. I made several ribbons just because this gun frame needed something which I've already mentioned before. One of them is an artist's rendition of her. It's not the most perfect portrait in the world, and it's primarily supposed to be more like a big advertising poster for Annie Oakley and Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. And so it's painted kind of naive. I just didn't make it a grand portrait. Here's all her medals. It's kind of painted more in the style of her era in the early 1900s. Her gloves, pretty fun. Her hat, I'm standing on my tippy toes. Annie Oakley. So I just wanted to get a good shot in here in this rustic setting. Come here, bear. All right. Aren't we having fun? Wait, I haven't started yet. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dear future husband. No, that's not it. Everything is perfect from the bottom to the top. Bear, I've got to write a hit song. I don't know what to do. Even with nothing on, I made you look. I made you look. Guess what? My next portrait, my next beaded portrait is going to be Meghan Trainor. And I hope it doesn't take as long as it took to make Annie Oakley. And I know I was looking over there the whole time, and now I just finally looked over here, but because, you know, I'm just excited to finally make another beaded portrait. So please tune in, and if you like what you see, subscribe to Nancy on Scarlet Lake. Remember, turn that umbrella upside down, because every time it rains pennies from heaven. I'll see you around.
Every time it rains, pennies from heaven. Oh, well, don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven?